Good day, listeners, viewers, and friends, and welcome to Tally the Votes Australia Survivor Redemption. We are here to give a full episode recap of week 4, and along with me are two people who have had to overbond and conspire with me for years. It's David and Christy. Good day, friends. Have you enjoyed this week in AU?
It was a great week, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're getting to the pointy end of the game. a
The
little bit.
pointy end. And David,
Yeah.
may I say, you look a year older than you did last week. What happened?
Well, it's odd you mentioned that. I had a birthday, so
Well, happy birthday,
And it's-
Mr. David.
and it's really screwed up because it was only last year I realized that on your birthday you're not starting the year of the number, you're finishing.
You're completing it. Yeah.
So on my 57th birthday, I aged 2 years.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
why some
figuring
of
it
us go
wrong.
backwards on our birthday cakes, for
He
funsies.
doesn't. It's just a number. All right.
Just
well,
for funsies.
but also a good week for you to have for your birthday of Survivor because a lot happened.
There was a lot. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with episode 1. And they're coming out of Tribal. They're going back to camp. And Mark has left Tribal feeling like it was a win-win-win with that fire-making challenge. And he sets himself up to cozy with Richard and to give himself leverage against Keeley. And Keeley does the same, creating an alliance with Richard titled the Board of Directors.
Cute name.
Cute name. What it is a couple bossy people, if you ask
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
It was more like the HOA board as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
But
Well,
I mean, with so many names over so many years, it's kind
you
of
gotta dig.
But
You gotta
they
dig.
still keep coming up with new ones, and this is a good name. I'm not saying it was, good for them, but it, but it was.
I
a
mean,
good
it's
name.
no quack pack, but
Yeah.
Now, Simon, sweet Simon. Simon is very pleased with himself as he is undefeated in fire making,
I
which
think
is really something in Survivor, actually.
it is, and I think he has a reason to feel great about it. But I feel like he got a little too excited, and it was that. And I feel like
It's a little gloaty, a little bit.
I don't feel like he meant it to be gloaty. I think he legitimately was that excited and didn't like pump the brakes,
Yes.
because it
Yes.
was like he was like a little boy who had just had a really good
Who
And-
just did a
and
T-ball
JP
home run.
yes,
JP
yes, he was a little
just,
excited.
JP just left a message that said that David is getting old enough that he shouldn't understand technology. And I would encourage JP to go to the season finale recap of The Traitors, and he'll feel better. All's right with
The
the world.
computer just went wonky.
I kid. So yeah, he did. Simon did. He got a little bit gloaty, and you know what? It kind of irritated Asha and Lottie because they wanted him to throw it,
Oof.
and then he was super
Well-
happy about the job he did.
Is that he didn't? It wasn't that he was so much the gloaty as that he didn't do what they wanted, and
They
that
really
they were
wanted him to
ticked.
throw it, and he was like, "No, I'm Simon. I'm gonna do this." And you know
We
what? Good for him.
don't
He did it.
Throw challenges.
We just don't do that, and that lesson is going to come back for Asha later.
Right.
Do you think throwing challenges is becoming too big a thing? Because it seems like we're seeing a lot of it.
It
in Survivor
happens-
at
it
both
happens
both
in
ends of the world.
Well, it happens a lot in Australia. It doesn't happen that much in US anymore. It used to be something that they used in strategy a lot. And I kind of wonder if maybe some of the rules didn't change because you just don't see the throw anymore in US.
Well, Jeff
But-
hates it, so
Yeah, but they definitely do in Australia and they do in Big Brother.
But it's funny that
sometimes throwing the
nobody
challenge is good.
Nobody knows the art of the dump. It's like they can't throw it without people realizing they're throwing it. It's like incredibly obvious. They're rowing the boat like this.
do you think
Yes.
anytime, like, have you actually seen or have we seen a team play and just be really, really bad and legitimately be losing where someone on the team thinks that the other people are throwing it?
Well, that's what I would do, is I would accuse the other team of throwing it, even if they
And-
didn't, just to start chaos, right?
The other team,
yep.
but not people on your own team.
Right.
I
to
think
throw
that
shade at
they,
the
That
other.
would be bad.
I think a few seasons back in US, the purple team was like bad enough that someone said, surely they just have to be losing up.
Maybe, but we haven't seen it, but maybe they've said it, around the campfire or something.
Assume
This is
so.
what they're
I-
All right,
so
well,
yeah.
mad.
We digress. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Sorry.
You're okay. You're okay. So we're gonna go into the first challenge of the week, and man, what a great challenge it was! It is how bold is your bluff? So, like, how do we explain
So
it?
good.
There's a
so
two-ended
elegant,
box,
So simple.
right? Two-ended box. There's something on either side. There's the person who is going to give the bluff, and the person who is going to have to decide if it's a bluff or not. And man, there's some highlights. I mean, there was your typical riffraff, a few good questions asked. But one important note is that Blanche gets a clue in her sandwich.
Yeah.
And the standout moment, of course, was Brooke convincing Sally that she was getting something from home.
Brooke was stone cold savage there, I thought.
Yeah. She brought
And
out
she
the
got
emotions.
the best food of the whole challenge.
And I said to myself, that's my winner's pick. And then I remembered it's your winner's pick too, both of you. And I realized I wasn't as special
Oh yeah,
anymore.
exactly. We're a we're net zero. We have Brooke wins. It's not like, or we're all winners, or we're all new, whatever. And we got to see the beloved chicken parm again. Boop boop.
The chicken parm. So okay. So the thing is with Brooke and this, it was really great. It was very convincing. It was kind of fun to see that. Everybody was very impressed. But the problem is in Survivor is that if everyone's impressed, then you're in trouble. You do not want to impress everybody.
Well, it's
Fair.
that. I mean, okay. Already they've been wanting to get Brooke out.
Yes.
So like, if she was someone that they liked and did not think that they wanted to get out, I don't think they would have had that reaction. They might have been like impressed, like, oh my gosh, she's a really good liar. But because it just more like solidified for every single one of them. Anyone who might have been on the fence that she needed to go was like, oh yeah, no, we saw.
Well, she's got somebody in
Yes.
her own alliance because Laz is in Beauty and the Beast.
Mhm,
And Laz is like, whoa, hold the brakes. Like,
mhm.
I'm in an alliance with her and she fooled me. And that's a really great alliance. But it's got to be a little bit concerning when there is the only other female in that alliance. I mean, it really is a team of
Well,
beasts.
It's kind of like you're dating a girl and she tells like a lie in a restaurant to somebody that doesn't mean anything, but you're like, damn, she's too good at that.
Yeah.
You know?
It scares you. It immediately
Yeah.
goes, what if they use their powers for evil instead of good? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
they
So
could use those
now-
on me.
So now Laz is nervous, much more nervous than she had been. But Blanche's clue, let's go back to that clue that she gets out of her sandwich. She opens it and it says, take shelter for great power. She looks, she cannot find an idol over in the shelter, so she brings in Asha.
I didn't
who
feel like
finds
she
it.
looked very well.
Well,
She was very
Seriously,
obvious.
that was the
about-
most obvious
She
clue
was
in the
very
history
obvious,
of the
and she
universe.
and she like asked for help almost immediately. It seemed like come
Well, she
on.
said she couldn't see. She put her glasses on and said she just couldn't see anything. But I'm like, I mean, I don't know. For somebody who really has terrible eyesight, even with my glasses, it could be something that would cause me some trouble. But also, maybe Blanche just wanted a partner in this. I mean, to her regret. But
Maybe, yeah. But like this made me think, like when they said the clue, and obviously it's so obvious it's the shelter. Duh, it literally says it. But like, how boring is that? Are people gonna just start looking in the shelter? Why aren't they looking in the shelter like more regularly?
at this point, they're
right,
probably
every
going to.
Every season it's in the tarp, or it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yep,
It's under the
somebody's there.
shelter, it's in the shelter. Anyway, I'm just saying.
It's not that difficult to believe that there's an idol there. And I'm guessing they probably check it out every so often. Someone probably looks around.
And then where was it? It was like inside a bamboo tube up at the top. So it was like not even part of the structure. It was like they put another.
It was like a mailbox delivered it.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
like
right
that's
there.
obvious that that's not part of the original
It
structure.
was like
It's
tree
just
mail, except
yeah,
for
like, come on.
shelter mail.
So do you think that clearly that was put while they were at the challenge.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. It probably got
So they
slid in there
come,
right
come
when-
back. She gets the clue. What
Yeah.
if before she can even have a chance to read the clue, someone spots it?
Oh well.
Right? You don't
Someone's
ha-
got it.
It's theirs, right?
Oh yes.
Anyway,
So
I
I
don't
think
know. It
what
was-
we're learning here is that after challenges, go check the shelter for
yeah, I mean, just
idols.
be observant.
Yeah, pay attention to those
Look around.
things.
Put your glasses on.
Yeah, remember that there are people that have to plant the idols and figure out their schedule.
Yeah.
Start watching the
Yes.
cameraman.
Look for footprints.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Look for
You like
that's
clean the beach.
listen.
I'm sure there's footprints all over the place.
that's not
because
Christie's footprint. I
What
don't
if-
recognize
when they
that
when
footprint.
they go to a challenge or whatever, they're walking in that camp doing all sorts of stuff with camera angles and lighting or whatever. They're messing with that constantly. I don't think
I think it'd be
you can
so
look
cool
for
if they could like
footprints.
smooth things and then like, but then production would know they did it and they would just do
And
it
they'd
too,
say,
so
"Stop
it's fine,
doing that."
whatever. Dang it.
The Big Brother director would pipe in, "Stop doing that." It would be done. Okay, so Blanche and Asha now have this idol, and they're going to head off to a challenge. The challenge is crawl, sand, detangle, ball bags, ball maze.
Ball in the face.
Holy Moses. Okay, so this ball maze, here comes Asha,
Right?
ready
I mean,
to throw it. We're going to throw it. By God, I'm going to get out who I want out. Brooke's going to go. We're going to throw this challenge. Now, if you're going to throw a challenge, this is the perfect challenge to be able to do that. I mean, that ball maze thing at the end is pretty hard. But like, I don't know, maybe get one. Maybe get one
Right.
in. You know, just like don't make it so obvious that literally everybody is like, "Oh, she's throwing it."
Right.
You know.
Like drop it at like the
That's what I'm
third or
saying. They don't know
fourth.
the art of the dump, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna, you know,
Well,
if you're
it's
gonna
so
lose a game to try to sucker someone into betting
it's
you,
so
you gotta
silly
dump
because
well, right?
if your target, here's the thing, if your target is somebody who's played the game before, is savvy, and you're making it obvious that you're throwing the challenge, that target, along with everyone else, is going to go, "Why is she throwing it? Is it me?"
Mm.
And if that person has an idol, you're going to ensure that they go, "Oh, I'm bringing that idol with me to tribal tonight." Like, you're throwing your
Right.
game has to be more careful if
I
you don't
mean-
want the target to see it.
Although I
Literally-
think for sure Brooke was bringing that idol anyway.
Sure.
Let's be
I-
honest.
Oh yeah, because Ashley
She-
had been
she
mean to
might
her for
have, but-
days. She said,
Yeah.
days she'd been mean to her, telling
Yeah.
her.
And she may very well have, but like the thing is in Survivors that they don't always bring their things with them. They do not always bring that with them. Mark, for instance, a few seasons back, you know, when it was, you know, him and Jordy going after, we had the whole Batman versus Joker of the whole thing. There were lots of times they did not even bring that idol with them. I mean, he had it forever.
Hey, there hasn't been a self-proclaimed nickname this year, has there?
That's okay. Thank
Oh.
God.
That's all right. We have plenty of them on freaking
Mhm.
U.S. Survivor.
Well,
The
nobody
Riz
says
God
smile-
can kiss my ass.
Well, that's the riz of it is the riz of it. But the thing is Australia has gotten to where it's almost a little bit eye rolling with the names, and they're like starting to name themselves after the name of the last person that played with like a little thing different on it. And
Right, we had Dirty Harry.
yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah.
That was the only
I'm
one
I'm
that
super cool with the
happened.
clean slate. Let's take those names away for like a couple seasons, and then you can start using them again.
Yeah.
Bring them back when it's fresh, you know. So that has changed a little bit. I
Wait a
haven't-
minute. Isn't Laws's name in itself? Isn't her name a nickname?
Well, that's a nickname, but there's not a smiling
Oh, I
assassin
see. Yeah,
or you know.
Okay,
Or a
fair enough.
Joker
Fair enough.
or
Not,
or the king.
no, not yet. You're right. I see what you're saying.
Yes, none
Fair,
of
fair,
that.
fair.
None of those shenanigans.
Well, okay, so I think that if you look at this episode, like literally the theme of it is karma, because you have Asa like just being so blatant to Brooke and like making it so obvious to everyone, being mean to her. And then when they get back, like she's telling her, "You're going, you're going, you're going." Like it's so. What do you do? What are you doing? She was so sure of herself. Like at no
Yeah.
point did she think
well,
like,
to the point, like she does it so much that Simon is finally like, I'm done with this nonsense.
Right,
Let's make a move. Let's make a
Yeah.
move and let's get rid of her.
Yeah, it
And guess what? You know, like between the Beauty and the Beast alliance, like that's the majority that
Yeah.
are hearing her say these things. And then on top of that, Brooke has the idol, so she's like not 100% she's gonna be safe. So obviously she's gonna bring that with. And then Simon's getting like super pumped, like he's so super pumped because now he gets to, you know, do a blind side. It's the espionage of it all, you know.
And
He's
he
so
goes out there
excited.
and he does that performance of a lifetime for everybody. And
I mean, but they do all go in thinking, okay, this is the plan. But of course, you know, they're going to question, like, oh, let's see. I don't know. We'll see if we can pull it off. And then at Tribal, Asha just makes it easy for them because she's sitting there giggling and she's all like, oh, yeah, Brooke's going home. It's going to be Brooke. You
like,
know?
we don't even have to talk about it, basically. Stop the show. Let's vote. Be done. Let's go back.
And you know what?
Wow.
Props to Cameron. I just want to talk about Cameron for a second because he doesn't get a lot of he doesn't get confessional time. He doesn't even get a lot of screen time.
But man, did he have
clocked it. He was like,
on.
Something's not right, he says. Something feels off. So he was right.
And even then I thought right there, because yes, Asha has Blanche's idol, right?
Yeah. Yes,
and Cameron says that, and I'm like, dang it, because I wanted so much for the Beauty and the Beast that thing to work. And this was like literally them seeing, is this a real thing or not? Like clearly they all wanted it to be, but you never know what the other people are, right? So they're testing it.
Yep.
And then you have the option that she's not going to play it, right? But then Cameron gets whiff of it and you're like, oh my God, is she going to be freaked out and Asha's going to use the idol? And all
but they don't know that she has it. The only person that knows is Blanche.
Right. But I just thought, oh my gosh, she's going to use it because of what Cameron was starting to say. But
I will be honest with you. I never felt like Asha was going to clue in because I don't think she clues into what people are thinking.
Okay.
I just don't think she does. She's really great at different aspects of the game, but I do not think that she can sense people's moods or maybe have the perspective needed. You know how it is. It's all perspective.
I mean, they threw the challenge, and they end up going to Tribal, and the way her and Blanche were like so giddy about it, talking about how much fun it was going to be. Tribal's going to be so much fun.
They almost kissed. They were so excited.
Well, they wanted to kiss each other. And so like all of this setup was just so delicious to see the fall then. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think we've seen this so often before where, you know, somebody gets a little bit of power and they feel like they have the upper hand and they get way too vocal and way too like, you know, because if you know somebody's going home, you can still be cool to them. You don't got to be douche, right?
But they were like, the way they were talking at camp before Tribal, it's like, be respectful.
I mean, if Brooke was walking around doing something that, you know, pissed everyone off, I get it, but she wasn't doing anything.
She wasn't doing anything.
You know who is sort of notorious for doing exactly that thing, David, is
Mark?
Simon.
Oh, Simon?
And Simon.
Absolutely.
He gets a little bit of power in his mouth.
And George a little bit. And George a little bit.
Oh,
I think it's a downfall to his game too.
It's not. Well, but you know what? They're better players than Asha. I mean, I'm sorry.
She's just not that great. She's just not that great at the social aspect of it. But you know what?
You know, production was like, oh, this is so good.
They're loving it.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing Brooke plays her idol because it does save her from having to go home, and it sends Asha home holding an idol. Now I have a question for you. When we get the end, like the goodbye message, she's like unwrapping it and she's going, oh no. Did she not realize that she was the one holding the idol? Did she think Blanche was holding the idol? Like she seemed like upset, surprised.
No, to me it felt more like,
because they had talked about, you're gonna have it until challenge, and then at the challenge I'm gonna take it. And they
I'll
had
take
this
it as
weird
the
little
challenge or whatever. I don't
yeah.
know, but
So
it didn't seem like that to me. What it seemed like to me was like, so they're not seeing all the confessionals cut in and they don't know what
yeah.
production is actually filming and not filming. Hint, they're filming everything. Okay, but so to me, it more felt like her exit thing and her going like, like kind of like, oops, you know what I mean? Like letting us know that she had the idol, but it was like, yeah, we knew you had it. Why didn't
Hey,
you
ding
play it,
dong.
dummy? Like, I don't know. I didn't think that she didn't know she didn't have it. I wasn't getting that vibe, but
Well, I'll
honestly,
tell
who knows?
you, when they go back to camp after
Well,
tribal,
one more comment on
Blanche.
Asha, though. One more comment on Asha before they go back is with Asha leaving, I lose my first of my 3 winners picks. I lose
I'm aware.
Asha. I was the second person to lose a winner's pick.
Mhm.
Jamie actually lost Lyndall a couple
Yeah.
episodes ago.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Christie's time in the barrel's coming.
But you know what? Not yet. We got 2 more to talk about before
Doing
that.
pretty good. You're doing pretty good. So, okay. So then they head back after tribal, they head back to the camp. I do like that. I'm hoping that I'm not like mishearing, but I believe that I heard Blanche tell them like, oh, she had an idol.
You think?
I think she did. Like, right, when they do the like the night vision.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe that she said that she had an idol, that she left with an idol. We'll have to go back. Anybody listening, if I'm wrong, just let us know.
I don't remember that specifically, but now Simon's, they have to do their
Well, okay.
The-
So
the-
Beauty
yeah,
and the
sorry.
Beast, like that whole alliance is like
I was so
feeling
happy
pretty,
for them.
they're feeling
Like-
pretty good, but the best was Simon feeling like he had finally earned his redemption after these seasons,
Yeah.
after so many tries. What did he say? Something along the lines of like, "This is the first time I was able to do something without stepping at the end of
Yes.
the rake." Like,
And you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, he's even more excited than he was last time. And now he's like giving too much information.
well, I
Like,
just,
don't.
I
Guys,
will
save
tell
that for
you,
your
I
tribal
was
speech.
like, as silly as it is, I got almost a little misty-eyed in that moment because he
Oh.
has put his heart so much into this game for so long. I was so glad to
Oh, yeah,
finally see
totally.
something work out for him.
Totally happy about it, but I wish he would have said it A, in the confessional, and then B, used it at his final tribal. Like, don't tell them that.
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Save it, keep it in your
Like,
pocket,
zip.
sweetheart.
He's getting a little too excited. He's starting to, he's like, when you're a kid and you're running and then you're going downhill and you're running and it's so fun. But then there's that moment where you start to feel like you're right on the precipice of about to lose control. That was Simon.
Yep.
Yes, it's perfect. Now, as excited as Simon is, Lottie is equally ticked off. But she does know that she has to temper her anger and that she's got to wait for her opportunity to strike back, which shows that Lottie has pretty decent self-perception. So she's going to dial it back. She's going to fall back. She's going to bide her time. Okay, so knowing this,
But she did say Simon was dead to her.
yes, dead to
Isn't
me.
that when she said it?
He's dead
Simon's
to
dead
me.
to me. And I thought, geez.
Well, she just isn't going to trust him anymore. See, here's the thing. She says that she knows his game and that she knows he's usually weakest right before merge. So this is some brilliance for her, I think. She gives just a little seed of paranoia for him
Sure.
to nurture into the shape of Jackson. Just a little bit. She tells him he's the biggest threat. He is your biggest threat. And then doesn't push it, just lets it be. She just completely baits Simon into being like, oh, maybe Jackson's someone I have to worry about. If his eyes are on Jackson, they're not on her.
Right.
She can play a little worm tongue in this whole situation.
Yeah.
So now she just has to sit back and wait. And then they head up to the challenge. The challenge is ramp, pieces, monkey fist, solve. And Cameron gets his balls smashed. Like literally.
Yeah. My balls.
Not a euphemism. He literally gets his balls smashed.
Oops.
And hello, Simon might be the best monkey fist tosser in all of Australia.
Wait, monkey fists. I don't think you can call him a tosser. I think that's bad there.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Laughter?
But Mark should not be turning in
Perhaps
his day job to be
Oh,
throwing
For the monkey fist? Yeah, he got a
throwing the
little
monkey
he got a
fist.
little I've done this before. Dude, don't.
Well,
and then he
and-
didn't. But then he couldn't do it.
It didn't
And
translate.
Caleb,
Yeah,
Caleb
exactly.
tried so hard, but I just don't think Caleb has the weight in the shoulders to.
Or the height, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like a
Like-
terrible pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't like
But
that one.
I bet Mark wished they wouldn't
It's
have
cool,
gotten out the guy who knew how to throw.
Right?
He
He'd have
throws
gotten it
monkey
in once.
fists all the time, every day.
Every day was
Every
Don, right?
single day. He loves it.
Don
Love
was
it.
his name. Yes,
Ron, yeah. So
Don.
or Don. Don.
Don.
Sorry, Don.
Don, because him and Johnson.
Those Don Johnsons running the beach. Now, Baron wins, which was kind of a really great comeback. That was fun.
Yeah.
And at Bounty, the wise women are making a plan to cut Caleb. Caleb's getting a little frustrated and tells Sally so. He proposes, I think it's time to cut Mark. I don't like dictatorships. Mark is not entirely convinced that Caleb needs out, is being unknowingly protected by the wise women and the sister wives, as they are dead set on removing Caleb, the last of Mark's outside alignments.
Yeah, it was like a win-win for them, right?
Which is kind
Yes.
of their fatal flaw. Why didn't they just go for him?
I've been saying that. Why
You
don't
did.
they just
You
go for
said it
Mark?
last week, but now
Mhm.
they're continuing to do it, and
Mhm.
that is yet
Silly
another
old
reason.
bears. You don't let them get to merge. Just don't let them get to merge. So, all right. Now, we are going to go to tribal. But David has a completely different plan. He
He was
says,
like, I've been
no
thinking
one's
about
going
this.
home yet. We're going to choose 3 to go to Redemption Beach. And after much debate, the 3 chosen are Caleb, Sally, and Keely. What do you guys think about this? I mean, they have some version
I
of
thought
this every
Keely's
so
head
often.
was going to explode. And that was
Yeah.
a little delicious because she's got a little mean girl thing going
Yeah,
on.
she was
so-
feeling like she was in a good place to make
Yeah.
some cuts. She was feeling like she had some control, and this definitely takes that control out from
But
under you.
like when they had to scramble because they kind of, they had to totally like live figure out how was the best thing for them to
Yes,
do this.
that
Like,
was
who do we send?
super interesting.
And like, I don't know that they picked the best people to go because you have to think that whoever goes over there is going to have like one-on-one time with 2 other people, and the 2 that are left at the camp are going to do the same because there's only 6 of them left.
Mhm.
And so what you got to do is make sure that you have your ally in the other side, the person you trust the most.
But then when you find out that you have to beat the other 2 that are there in order to get back in the game,
yeah,
now
that's
you need
true.
now you have to shift on who's
But
going
it
to be
seemed
there.
like that's why I don't think you send Caleb over there. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
if you think you're going, you don't send Caleb. If you're not
Correct.
going, you
Yes,
don't
yes.
care.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they should
It
have
was-
figured that one of them were going.
Yes. Well, one of them had to go over there, but it needed to be someone who could win. So I think that's where Mark should have gone.
I mean, I guess they could have sent Mark, Caleb, and Rich, but they didn't have the votes to do that. They didn't have enough votes amongst them to do it.
They didn't. I think.
if they could have done,
Unless they could have gotten the guys to vote for each other.
but I mean, the girls were sitting there talking about cutting the men, like send the
Right.
men over there, which really,
Yeah, and they were getting a little too uppity with themselves too, weren't they? Kind of like they were.
yeah, like you
yeah,
know
it was
what?
like,
They're like
oh,
a
the
couple of hens. When
yeah,
those 3
like, won't we
ladies
be
get
so
together.
clever? It's like, come on.
So okay, so we're gonna.
Didn't Keely say at one point that she was the smartest person on Survivor? Or the 2 of them. They're just
I
not used to
mean,
people as smart as us
probably.
playing the game. I don't know if this was this episode or it was the next one.
I'm
But she
not
does have
sure.
that air to her, doesn't she?
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superiority. Yeah.
So they get
Well,
sent.
but so does Mark. So I mean,
And George and Mark, and
Yes,
it's
yeah.
filled. Australia's filled with them. So okay, now
allegedly.
we got Caleb, Sally, and Keely going to Redemption Beach. And as it turns out, Redemption Beach sucks. There's no shelter. It's filled with murder crabs and storms.
Like,
was he
what?
just trying to freak them out, or was he?
That was
real?
awesome.
I loved it.
Was he? Do you think he was fibbing to him, or what was that?
I think he was genuinely a little freaked out about the story himself. I think he
Okay,
really
because
did hear that
coconut
story.
crabs, for anyone who doesn't know, coconut crabs are called that because their things are so sharp, so strong, they can literally open a coconut with it.
I wouldn't want to mess with one.
I'm sorry, no, thank you.
No thanks. I think he was like equally freaked out. And
Yeah.
the thing is with crabs is like they're not spiders, but if you're like freaked
They're
out
kind
by
of
spiders,
spiders.
they're spider adjacent.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. Well,
So
I don't
In
see
the
that
night.
because I would eat me some crabs, and I'm not eating.
right,
those
if you
crabs.
could see them in the daytime and catch them.
yes.
But if they were
Creeping
there
up
at
at
night,
you at
it
night?
didn't seem like they had any light. Like the moon must have been not a very
yeah, it
large
was storming, so they wouldn't have had a good
Uh,
moon.
and all
Oh,
I
that
could see,
and the way they were sleeping looks so miserable.
they didn't even know which way the ocean was. They were standing on the beach going which way. They're getting, you know what I mean? They couldn't see anything. So in that sense, maybe I am a little afraid of a crab. Maybe it is a little spidery
That's-
in the night when it's going to come
That's
up and
when
bite my toe, you know?
When it becomes a little bit more of an
Jeez,
emergency.
Because I like to be able to see things and not step on them.
Well, and it was pouring rain, and they're doing everything they possibly can to get some sleep. And
Yeah.
while we let them try to get some sleep, we're going to take a 5-second break for commercials and be right back. Okay, we've survived the night.
Well,
Christy
Sally
still
said-
has all of her toes.
and Sally, you know, she was apparently she was the double stuff inside the Oreo. Like she got
Yep.
to
Yes.
be. So
Smooched
she
on either
she had
side.
a much better night than the other two, probably.
Well, I mean,
And-
listen,
Being
in
warm.
the morning time, Caleb has sunk so low that he is eating fish bait.
Yep.
Were those minnows?
Yes.
So
Yes.
crazy.
So
He
he's
says
eating
later he ate
minnows.
shrimp, but
And now it's time to hunt for keys. So there's a treasure box that's left at the
Oh.
base of a tree that now they have to go looking for keys.
well,
And
it's like a
Caleb's
Easter egg
reaction
hunt.
when he finds a key before he knows he has
Oh,
to hunt
yeah,
for him, and
he's
he
so
thinks he has
excited.
something.
he thinks
Best
he has
day of his
the
life.
capital T key,
It
key,
is the
the
key.
one and only key.
And they're freaking everywhere.
Yes,
They are.
exactly.
There's
They're
so
everywhere.
many.
I love
There's so
that
many.
too. Because
So
we've
many
seen them
keys.
do things before where there's a hidden key and then someone has to go and open the thing. But
Yep.
this one, it's like there's so many keys. You are going to get seen looking at a key or running over and trying a key. You know what I mean? There's
Yes,
no way you
yes.
can't. It takes away the stealthiness because you know, people keep finding them. They're running over. And oh yeah, it's kind of
They're
mayhem,
reaching
and I
from
love
everywhere
it.
and then having to take turns to get back to the treasure box and see if their key works. And Keely does find the key and manages to sneak the scroll from out of the chest. And it turns out that the scroll is an advantage in the challenge to get back into the game.
Spoiler alert. it did
Spoiler
much
alert.
better.
So Mark, meanwhile,
Regardless, she needed a big advantage. She needed
she
more.
needed a thing.
She needed like only to put one up, maybe.
Yes. So now, while all this is happening, Mark and Faith and Richard have their camp all to themselves. And Faith has been making some jokes with Mark that are starting to sink as maybe a little bit real, a grain of truth, where she jokes about cutting Mark and winning the game and kind of teases him. And it seems like this is just sort of the banter they always have, but you can start seeing Mark's expression changing, like, I think maybe she might actually. He starts to get a little bit of the paranoia building in him, which isn't a bad thing
And
because
she picks up on none of it.
Faith admits and says that she has decided that the move to cut Mark is coming. And Mark decides that looking for an idol in a place that Faith has already looked would be a great idea. And he's right because he finds the idol. Just in time, Faith, you weren't looking. And you did as good of a job as Blanche did. Congratulations. And you know what? Blanche missed not only the idol in the shelter, But she also missed Brooke grabbing Idol right in front of her when she was supposed to be babysitting her in the jungle. So
Mhm.
Blanche really is blind. This
She-
confirms
yeah.
that Blanche is actually has a hard time
Blanche
seeing.
should have been on the Golden Girls. 'Cause
Well,
how old do you think Blanche is?
Well, Blanche is on the Golden Girls. Blanche Devereaux.
that's
But I'm
right.
saying, how old do you think
I
Blanche
don't know.
is?
How old is she?
I don't remember. I have it written down.
But she's 47.
47, I believe.
But she looks more advanced than that.
Yes.
I think she does too. Well, she's a
Yeah.
doctor. She's an acupuncturist.
But
And
you know,
I'm going to say
did you
that.
see her do those high kicks? There's no way she wasn't a cheerleader at some point.
Yeah, but she.
Oh, and
can't
didn't she
put-
do like a backflip or something, or like some sort of?
She was doing some high kicks, man. You
Oh,
don't do that at
but you-
47 years old.
acupuncturists? I don't think they do anything with the eyes, so maybe she hasn't been able to cure her blindness yet. So, but
Okay, I'm sorry. The idea of not being able to see, and then you're coming at me with needles.
but usually she's
No,
wearing her
honey, no.
glasses, I guess, with
She
good
does
lighting
have those
and
glasses.
a clean environment.
Yeah, you know.
She's probably
Having
got
good food
magnifying
to
glasses.
eat.
That big thing they pull down so they can.
Yeah, that makes your eyes really big.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I bet she's got one of those. I'd love to see a picture of it. Okay, so where were we?
So random.
Okay, so Mark finds his idol, and then they go to the challenge mat, and the bounty team arrives as 3, and Baron is shocked.
It's like, what happened?
What?
Yeah, because they're still 9 people at this point, weren't they?
Yeah, like it was a big group, and like they have a lot of people. They have
I
to
guess
sit,
we thought,
2 or 3 people have to sit out every time that they have.
and
Like
they're
an-
looking over there going, wait, you guys had 6 people yesterday. What is that?
well, and I bet like first of all, they're probably just shocked because you got 3 people missing, and then I bet their heads start running like, oh my god,
start
are we
thinking,
gonna
like, did somebody
absorb
get
them? Are we
medevaced?
merging
This-
early? You know.
They would have
I
had
would've thought-
8. They would have had 8 at that
8.
time.
But I would have thought, like, did someone get hurt? Because that's what I would think. Was there an accident? That there's multiple people.
Your mom brain immediately kicks in. Who got hurt? Yes. So, all right, they're a little bit shocked to say the least. But David says this challenge is not for you, but for Caleb, Sally, and Keely. So the winner returns to, and this is so great. The winner is going to return to Bounty, but the other 2 will land with whichever tribe loses and goes to tribal, and they will not have a vote. Talk
they
about
can receive.
What
But they
a-
can
vulnerable.
receive votes. I don't like that. If you're
What
going to
Wow.
send
a
them,
great twist.
okay,
No, because
I like
because presumably one of them was going to be eliminated at the previous tribal, right?
correct.
Yes.
So one of them
One was going to be gone anyway.
It's almost like
Right.
one on redemption supposed to go home, so they put him in a situation where one may go home.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I loved it.
It's
I thought it
almost
was
like assuredly that one goes home.
well,
Yes.
I think
but
it would have been more interesting if they went over to this. They're going to join that tribe, and they can be voted for, but they will also get a vote because right.
one
they-
would have
I-
absolutely thought you were correct.
but you know what? Is that's why the redemption part of this is like the win on that immunity trial, like that's why that's so important. What Caleb won, even though Caleb's name was floated around about as much as Sally's,
Yep.
he likely would have been out, but he won himself back into the game. Now it's going to fall down on the other 2.
Mhm.
And the way that it lands, as it eventually lands, is if you go back to your own tribe, you still have a chance of being voted out, but you still have a chance to save yourself. If you are, because you have alliances built. If you go to the other tribe, you
Or
are a sitting duck. It's a 50-50 chance. It's between you and the other
Yeah.
guy.
or maybe you go back to your tribe and somebody sees the opportunity to take out a bigger target.
Yeah,
use
I mean,
you on their tribe. That's
Right.
what I thought. I was thinking about the gameplay of 2 new people coming in, someone who maybe wasn't in the majority in their tribe, being able to sway these 2 to do something big over. I think that
Yep.
would have been interesting.
so
That's why I would rather them.
you could still totally use them for the future, but I think that's the point, is like they're going to have to just make a call, because if you don't have a vote, like you can't really like use your
You're
vote as
no use to
currency.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
like what's
I thought it was a really interesting twist. I really
Mm.
liked it. And I also liked the mystery box. And I sort of went, can somebody call up US and go, Look, this
This
is
is great.
easy
We love
stuff
these.
here,
These-
guys. You
But
know,
we need
new
a
one.
better clue than the shelter clue, because a little scroll that's
yeah,
like
the
this
shelter clue
little,
was
it
a
would
little
look like a
goofy.
fortune cookie message, and it was one, and it. But come on,
Yeah.
that needs to be
Now-
more clever.
Here's another thing about this whole immunity of everything. So it's the balance beams, and you have 5 pegs that you have to balance on one side. Grab them from one side, bring them to the other side, balance them, move back and forth. First of all, these pegs were like probably the most nerve-wracking
That was
balance
unreal.
blocks I've ever
Yeah.
seen in this
Yeah.
game. It looked like there was probably a lot of GDs and F-bombs rolling out of their mouths through the entire thing. But a couple of really interesting things happened during this entire challenge. One, you got one side rooting for Sally
A
loudly.
lot, yeah.
A lot. So that's showing us some things. Then you also have the pouring rain, the rain that won't stop. And then David is in trouble because all of his clothes are clinging to every inch of his body.
It was an emergency.
He
It was
literally,
like,
when he said that, he kind of flexed. I'm like,
Yes.
really?
look, that was funny though. I mean,
It
that's
was so
probably
great.
the
I mean, I
most
understand
personalities.
you're channeling JLP, but you might be getting a little carried away.
But at this
I-
point,
I
it's
have to
episode
say,
11 before
this
he's actually.
week,
Yeah.
David was on it this week.
I'll give it
Yeah,
to you.
it's
I'll
like
give it to
he
you.
was
Much
great.
better. Much more comfortable. It's like he's
Yeah.
easing into it.
And
It's
like
like
make a
as soon as
joke,
he-
have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he had the gumption to tell Simon that he was the survivor daddy,
That
Yes.
was awesome.
I think that his like scripting sort of loosened up, and
And then didn't
he-
they say
a little more of
something?
himself came out.
Yeah, didn't they say something about spanking too? There was like
Yeah.
something. But, yeah, like
All
come on.
kinds of spankings being handed out.
What?
and-
Yeah, Survivor Daddy.
So, okay,
as
so
long as
there's
they
the-
don't rap, we'll be fine.
Please no wrapping. There's a 5 peg block,
I bet you
Uh,
David could rap better than frickin' Probst.
probably, but if he did it, I wouldn't be able to look him in the eyes anymore. So I hope he doesn't. Now
US
back to the
Survivor's
game.
become a parody.
Back to the game. Listen, that
to the
douchebag
game,
jar
David.
is about chocked full just tonight, David. That's it. I'm cutting you off. Now, I will say that Keely's advantage, which was, hey, you only have to do 4 pegs instead of balancing 5. She might as well have
Not
had
even
any
had it.
advantage. Like,
I mean, the
They
only advantage she had
couldn't get
there
one
was
to
that
balance.
nobody else had the advantage, so she kind of gave Sally a go at it, maybe a chance.
Like-
yeah,
because
that's true.
Caleb didn't have the advantage. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know.
Literally the only person in Survivor history, well, 2 people that she would have beaten in that challenge is Sari and Sandra.
Yeah,
Nobody else.
probably right.
Wouldn't that be funny though to see the 3 of them do it? Oh my
I
god!
even think Banu beats her.
Yeah, it was. She didn't do great.
well,
Sorry,
you wouldn't be
Keely.
able to see he was crying from all the rain. So
Could you imagine how much he
So-
would have
so many
cried if he
tears.
won something?
So many tears from
Oh,
that.
the
What if
joy,
he-
the tears
or
of
what
joy.
if what if he had turned into a horrible jerk when he won and was like in your face?
That
Oh,
would
that
have
would
been
be
amazing.
that would have been awesome.
I would have loved it so
like
much.
he's like the horrible winner that just like
That would be the best. I would have loved it. So, okay. Breaking news: Caleb wins the challenge and he rejoins his tribe.
boy, he really did have really good balance on
He did
that.
good. He,
Like,
he's got a what is the center of gravity is a little bit lower to the ground.
yeah.
Now
He does though. I will say he does look this week like he has lost a lot of weight out there.
he's
Like, this
looking
is-
a little
right. His face looks like very skeletal.
Yeah.
Or his eyes are kind of sunken a little bit more so
Yes.
than other people at this
Yes,
point.
he
So,
is.
but he
He needs
had
some
his
calories.
balance. But he still did this challenge fine. I was kind of worried or I thought that at the beginning, like he doesn't look like but he still pulled it out.
Yeah, he's looking a little. But now this is something really important that happens as they leave the challenge. Mark goes over to Simon and says, "Hey, I'll keep Richard safe. You watch out for Keely. You keep her safe." Okay.
But this
But-
is only because Simon had previously told him to keep Richard safe, right? So then he'd outed to Mark that he liked Richard, right?
Yeah, and regardless
Previously.
of
So now
regardless of how much Mark means anything one way or the other,
right.
it's Mark is using it because he's like, okay, this will protect Keeley. I need to protect Keeley. I think it only goes as far as I just need to protect Keeley. But Simon,
No, there's
because
more layers because it's also I'm reciprocating to Simon, so Simon knows that I'm with him and
yes,
I'm letting him know.
yes,
Like there's a lot
but
of like
but this is the thing. Simon, because he's become a clever Klaus, says, you know what? If we got rid of Keeley, we would completely like remove part of Mark's power,
she must be his number one.
which is so it's such good thinking on Simon's side. But then you go back and you go, was this Mark's plan the entire time? Does he know that Simon would assume that's his number one and then be like, I'm going to cut her and then someone else has done it for you? I love when we get into these complex game moves where you go, this person could have actually plotted
literally
it.
I would not put it past Mark. And there was so much, such a small little exchange, like what, something that happened like 10 seconds in the show.
Yes, yep.
But like, that's why I say there's so many layers there, because I really do think Mark was using that. If it saves Keeley, great. She'll be emboldened to him because then he'll tell her, oh, I told Simon to protect you. Okay. If she goes home, well, no skin off his back, because again, like you said, he was going to have to get rid of, he was not going to have to get the blood on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But would have gotten the goodwill with Simon as far as like sharing information. This is, we're going to work together at Merge. Like keep that up.
I love
clever.
that. I love so much that Simon, it makes me so nervous for Simon just because I know this man's history. It makes me so nervous when things are going his way.
What's the best he's placed in this game?
I think he made
find out
right up to Merge is usually about his
No,
go,
I think he went out 5th.
He got really far and won.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Mark is so love him or leave him. Mark is very clever.
He is.
And his cleverness continues in this episode. Quite frankly, it's very exciting to watch, I think. Now they leave the match hat, and Simon is thinking, okay, well, we'll cut Keeley. We could take Sally to Merge, this is logical thinking. But then Mark and Faith are considering maybe we should throw the challenge and get Keeley and Sally back.
Right, but you have both teams saying they want to throw the challenge.
And Simon's going, maybe we should throw the challenge and get Keeley. And
because they can
14th and 6th.
Okay, 6th. All right.
So I thought it was 5th, but I was close.
And so I just like, Et tu, Brute? Because Simon, didn't you just vote someone out because they threw a challenge? What are you doing, bro?
What is this? What's this all about, bros? But at least,
But there's a lot of strategy talk about
both of them are using some serious strategy of like, how do we use a win or lose in our favor? This is
because they're
probably the most strategy I've seen in a throw in ever.
And because I think it's because they're getting so close to the Merge, and then this weird thing happens, and they're thinking, how can we use this in our benefit to position ourselves better for the Merge?
Sure.
I really do love that. It's like the offense versus the defense. A lot of the times when you get these things that like throw the twists that are thrown in, it's like people are just trying to protect themselves from it. And in this case, they're like, how do we use this to our best advantage? Like now it's a tool. Now there's strategy to it. And kudos to the way that, the rules of this are put together, but also kudos to the outstanding players who are seeing it as an opportunity to manipulate certain things in their favor.
But isn't it funny that it's the two vets who are kind of thinking, maybe we can do this.
Yeah. And so while all of this, do we throw it or not throw it, is happening, we go back to Redemption Beach, and the girls have successfully made fire. All right, good for them. And I'm sure that felt really good after being there for 2 days. I'm sure that was
Yeah.
like, we did it. And they're feeling so good about things. They're chit chat, and Sally tells Keely, you know what? It's time to cut Mark. And it's interesting because Keely doesn't seem entirely keen on cutting Mark just yet. This is the first time where we see Keely go, oh, I think Sally's got to go. Like, wait a minute. Let's get her out of here now. And as they're getting ready to
But
leave.
didn't Keely say that the reason she needs Mark to be her shield?
Mhm,
Because Keely is clever.
mhm.
I don't know that she is quite at Mark's level of cleverness, but because he's getting more camera time, but she's clever too. But if people think Mark's clever, then they'll take him out before they get, you know what I mean, him first.
Yeah, she's got a nice,
so that's
she's got a
smart for her
shield
to
or a blinder there.
recognize that.
Yeah, she's not ready for him to go. She knows, like, going back that it's going to be a scrambly mess. So she goes over to the treasure box and she peels the emblem off in the nighttime when Sally's sleeping, peels that emblem off and saves it for a fake idol. Now, how hilarious was the edit of her going like in the dark with that machete? And the music was like she was going to go kill Sally.
Now, I happen to be watching this episode on a smaller screen. Was that what did that look like? Was
it looked exactly like the idol.
Right? Okay, because to me it did, and I'm like, that they had to know what they were doing and going like, this isn't, but we're gonna put it here, and then someone might think it, right?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah,
ah,
absolutely. So you know
funny.
what? Again, proof that Keely is clever. And
Yeah.
she said, I might need this later. And we'll see if that comes back into play. I'm sure that it will. So, okay, where are we at now? We've got a challenge. This is the immunity challenge. And it is row coconut crucifix basket drop.
Oh,
Okay.
it's like
This
those iron.
sounded-
What do they call those? The rings, the iron cross
Yes.
ring thing. It's like gymnastics.
And
yeah.
okay, so I okay, guys, I have to know what your thoughts are because I'm sitting here watching this. And by the way, just so everybody knows, if you're gonna throw, this is how you throw, because I'm not entirely sure if Mark threw it or not.
Oh, he threw it.
He hasn't really competed physically
Mm-hmm.
this season the way we've seen him physically compete in other seasons.
It was only like
No,
three
I'm not
coconuts.
saying no. I agree, but I'm just saying like that one challenge where he should have been the swimmer and he wasn't. That you know,
Like
like
this
you're
one. This
Yeah.
one.
like why
He should have been the swimmer.
the swimmer?
They
here
had
too,
Ben
yes.
on their side, for crying out loud.
Is
That
he
man
just-
did all of the work.
Is he just trying to make it to merge so that he can then win immunity on his own without? I don't know.
Well, at this
As-
point, I mean, like on this one in particular, if he is trying to throw it, this was the position for him to be in.
100%.
But
Because
nobody's
then it was
looking,
100%
nobody's
his
looking at
control.
Ben. No one's talking about Ben.
Yeah.
We finally got to hear him speak quite a bit these last couple.
Yeah, we even got like
He
a
might
little
not-
reminisce
might-
of his,
Yeah, he might
tryout
be an
in
okay
football.
guy. Yeah.
Now, you know what though? Here's what I really loved about this is they're
Like, how many
sitting there.
games did you play?
They're sitting there, and he goes over to Simon. He's like, "You guys have to win this one." And I see Simon's face, and he's like, "Well, yeah, mate, that's what I'm here to do." And but then you could go, "Wait a minute, maybe I do need." There was like you could see Simon's wheels were turning a little bit, but it doesn't matter how much Simon wanted to throw it. There was no way he would have ever been able to throw it because this was a one-sided game entirely. Like
Yes.
never
They were
did
gonna
a
do all this
make
work.
his basket. Right? There was never a chance. So
Simon was lucky he didn't drop. I mean, not Simon. Mark was lucky he didn't drop before they actually threw the coconut.
Well,
you
I
know
thought
what?
Simon was just going to let go. I mean, but I don't think Simon is emotionally prepared to throw a challenge.
No.
I think
I
he's.
just
I
like
think he is kind of honest, right, or something about him. Like he doesn't.
the look that he had, like looking over at him, like I could almost read his mind where he was like, I can't even try to throw this because your team sucks so much right now.
So much.
Like there's nothing I can do to fake this. So anyway, guess what? Baron wins.
But Mark was good. Mark didn't care. Mark was fine with it anyway.
Yeah, Baron wins.
Right, because don't they say something about like this is the last tribal before merge or next week?
Well, they're all talking about it. I mean, David hasn't confirmed it, but it's
no, but that's their speculation. So if they're
he wants the girls back at his camp, because if they go over to this other camp, yes, one might get taken out.
But the others jumping.
But the other is Sally.
Right. She's jumping. Well, she's jumping.
Yes. So and more than anything, it leaves that part of the game out of Mark's control. If the girls are with him, he gets to make a decision.
Right.
So there's some control. It makes sense that they're there, and that's 100% of his game.
From a pure strategy perspective, a good move.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So, all right. So Mark's feeling the shift, right? And even though the girls are a little bit more like, oh, Sally, oh, that's Sally. That's Sally. She's dangerous. She wants to get rid of our shields.
Right.
A little bit earlier than we want to.
And that other team, they really like her. Like there's
they're all saying her name.
Against Sally.
Rooting for her. Did you hear that? I did hear that. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, so they're kind of having some discussions about Sally, but Mark's been feeling that shift with Faith. And he tells Richard that he thinks those votes need to go to Faith. And Richard agrees. He feels like
Richard's doing
a turn coming.
Mark says.
He is too. And they form Operation Wave. It's on his hat, Christy.
It is. It's on his
hat. Yeah, that was a blatant marketing thing, right? He's selling those hats.
It's absolutely on his hat. Yes. So, at Tribal, there's a storm brewing. The barometer has dropped and the tension is sky high. There are only 4 people voting, and it boils down to a tie between Faith and Sally. They need to revote. Ruby Soho may have been an alliance for life, but the life was cut short. The tie between Sally and Faith is ended with a tidal wave, sending Faith home.
And it just goes to prove
women alliances don't live.
You need to lie. Faith needed to lie to Mark and say she was going to be loyal to him to the end.
What?
And she was way too honest with him.
But she was honest in I don't know. I just think that, do you guys think that was the right person for them to vote out?
For Mark, absolutely, because it forces Keeley to his side. He's going to have Simon on his side with the merge. Smart move.
See, I really think they should have got rid of
Keeley's partner in crime out.
I think
Keeley is going to be bitter.
Yeah, I think they should have taken out Sally, because that takes one less number at the merge for the other side.
And but the problem is Keeley has nowhere else to go, and Mark knows it.
I think that both of them would have been like, they both know that they
eventually were coming for Mark, and she as much as told him that, so he eliminated the opportunity for that to happen.
Not now. It probably would have been,
I think that the move with
4 or
Keeley,
5 tribals from now, maybe.
From Mark's position, the move with Keeley was 50-50. Because he could cut Sally. That wouldn't have been a terrible idea. He knows that she's not working with him. She's against him.
Right.
But I think that Faith's brain and aptitude made him more nervous than Sally. I think he felt like if he could be outdone by somebody, that Faith had a higher.
If he's going to be outdone by someone, I think it would be Keeley more, honestly.
From his point of view, though, I think he thinks Faith. But the other part of this is that Mark made it very low key. Like he made his vote so low key that if he
I wasn't even sure
if it was
on the first round, was it Mark or Richard who didn't vote the way they were supposed to?
I think if Mark wanted to, he could convince her that he didn't vote for Faith. I think he convinced the other 2 to vote.
But didn't he tell Faith it was me?
No,
I thought he did.
Maybe he did.
But
Because
wait,
she
wait, wait.
asked and he admitted it. I'm
For the
almost sure.
second vote, on the second vote, but
Correct.
he did not say I started this.
Right.
This was my move. I think Lottie's going to be pissed, but I think
But there were
Lottie will
only-
stick with him until merge.
But
I don't think
Keely.
Lottie balls to, or sorry, Keely has the balls.
They're
to,
so
to cut
similar. I
him-
get the mistake.
to
But
cut
wait a
him
minute.
until merge.
Okay, hold on. But who did Faith tie with? Who did Faith tie with? She tied with Sally, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So when they revoted, Faith couldn't vote. There were only 3 votes, and it
Mhm.
was unanimous for Faith. How could
Yes,
he
but-
can't?
Because Richard changed his vote.
It was 2 for 1.
Correct.
Because
so
he
can't-
saw.
So, but he shouldn't have made it unanimous. He should have voted for so that there was 1 vote that didn't go for her. So he could use that to tell Keely, I did not vote her out.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? But he didn't. He made it unanimous, which then I don't
Because
think
he couldn't have known Richard was going to change his vote.
Right.
he couldn't have, but
And so he couldn't risk it.
right. But so Keely's gonna likely be upset.
Yeah, but
But
she
I
Keely
believe
has
that Mark
nowhere else to
believes-
go. She has nobody
Yeah.
on the other side.
I believe that Mark believes he can wrangle Keely. He sees that Keely is fighting for control, but the way that the other girls were selling Keely to him is she just likes to feel like she's in control. Don't worry about her. She just wants to feel like she's in control.
Mm.
That's what we kept hearing. I don't think he sees her as a thorn in his side, but not an equal nemesis.
I just think it was too soon for him to cut Faith. I think she would have been loyal to him for at least until they got their bearings.
I don't think
You know
that
what I
it
mean?
was I don't think it was the worst move to cut her, but I do totally see what you're saying. It was a 50,
Yeah.
that's why I said I
Okay,
think it's
so-
a 50-50.
I think it's the
So-
next level game move, and I give it up. Golf claps for Mark.
Okay, well, all right, because she was not one of your winners picks, but
Oh, now I understand your
Okay,
bitterness.
the defense.
Ah.
I got it.
So-
but
Fair.
So let's do a quick update for
Yeah.
for the
yeah, we're all
listeners at
down to
home.
shit.
We all picked 3 people.
Yeah.
We all picked Brooke as our winner's
Yeah,
pick.
that's
So
our
that's a
common-
scratch. I have lost Aisha. You have lost. Christy has lost Faith, and Jamie has lost
Linda,
Lionel,
Lido,
which leaves me
Lindell.
with Lindell.
Rhymes with swindle.
Lindell. Okay, which leaves me with Mark,
Uh-huh.
leaves Christy with Simon, and leaves Jamie Joe as though she was Princess Leia saying, Darth Lottie, don't kill me.
You stretched for that, and I
I did.
appreciate that. Even if my laugh doesn't show you
Oh.
the appreciation I have.
Because
Um,
Lottie is the personification of evil in this.
I don't
You think so?
she's that evil. I really
Oh,
don't
I
think she's that
do.
evil.
I don't like
I just
her.
think
but
she.
don't
I just
she's-
think she's smart. If we're talking Mean Girls, I feel like
No, I
Asha
don't think
and
she's a
Faith
mean
were
girl.
Way
I think
more
she's
Mean Girl.
I think she's evil. I think she's like the Joker. She's evil.
She thrives in chaos.
Okay,
I mean,
well, we'll see.
I think like if you put her on in like US Survivor, she would destroy all of them. She would eat all of them because they don't have villains.
Oh, probably.
So what you're
Um,
saying is she's the villain. You think she's
I do.
like the
I do. I
the
do. I
villain
do.
She
in this
needs a
one?
nickname.
Darth
That's
Lottie.
why-
I just gave it
Darth
to her.
Lottie. But they're not going to call it out on the show. I'm saying the show needs to give her a name. So when they merge next week, who do you think is going to be on the chopping block first?
Well,
Being as where we're-
Simon is instantly moving to Mark.
Do you think
Yeah.
so?
And
Yeah.
who is Simon bringing with him?
I think he's gonna go after Jackson. I think he's
You
gonna
think
go
he's
after
gonna
Jackson.
go after Jackson?
Yep.
So you think that he's going to ditch his?
I
being
think
the
Jackson
beast?
might. Yeah, I think Jackson might be the.
I think
See, like,
Laws will stick with
the
him.
other tribe, I don't feel like I have as good a
Or
feeling.
Ben.
Like
I think
like
Ben's
Cameron,
sticking with him.
Does Cameron said anything in like 4 episodes?
No, Cameron is gonna probably
His
be-
balls got
the-
hit.
his balls got hit. I don't think they. Knowing the way we see Australia, and their editing, I don't think Cameron's gonna be long for the game.
Yeah, because he's just nowhere.
He's just not
No.
getting enough screen time for the star of the show, But I do
I really
do
think that
think
Simon's going to be able to pull those 4 with him.
I think that once they get into merge, Simon's gonna probably want to keep at least one of the returnees, maybe two. I think Brooke is probably a viable option for him. He probably will want to get in good with Mark, but I don't know how loyal to Mark he'll be. I think his loyalty will stay with Brooke. I think that Lottie's little moment of, hey, who is really a challenge beast is Jackson. I think he's probably going to be he and Laws are obviously the first ones cut.
And I hope Jackson goes on a tear. I really wish I would have kept him in my pick 3 pick, but because I really like him, I think he's been a much better player.
I do think,
and I'd also considered Caleb. I think both of them,
I like Caleb,
whatever. But like
Caleb's a little naughty, but he kind of reminds me of it. Was it Raymond? He kind of has like a little,
yes,
little shithead vibe to him that I appreciate.
Exactly. That's why I liked him right away. I was like, okay, he's that sort. He's that one of the season.
Yes.
I don't know. I personally feel like my prediction, this is just feeling, I really feel like Mark's gonna be the first one cut.
He is the biggest threat in the game,
because
I think
Simon's gonna protect him for sure.
Think so. Okay.
I don't think he is. I think
if Mark was to go up,
they've been kind of like sizing each other up, kind of trying to figure.
Here, you know what? The Beauty and the Beast alliance
to weaken him. Like
the Beauty and the Beast alliance is not going to let Simon get a new number one.
No, he didn't want Simon to have that much power. He wanted Simon to have to come.
No, I know, but the Beauty and the Beast alliance, those people, Jackson, Laws, Brooke, there's no way in hell they're going to be like, yeah, cool. It's cool, Simon. You and Mark buddy up. We don't mind.
No, they're not.
First of all, Brooke is a free agent at this point. Brooke could move quick.
Oh,
do you think she'll move to Mark?
I do, because I think she still realizes she was an idol away
too much on the outs.
I think Mark's in trouble. I think Mark will be the three.
You know what I think's going to happen? Here, I'm going to go further.
Go first.
I think all three of the returnees align.
They would be dumb not to.
Me. They're all going
I'm
going
to guess that just like female alliances, that's not going to happen because they're going
we need a new ticker tape. We need a new ticker tape.
They're not going to trust
we need a new
each
one.
other. There's no way that
I need to make it 99
we need a new
right?
one. No, we need a new one that says all returnee alliances fail 99% of the time.
Because I just don't see that happening. I'm not saying Simon wouldn't take them to the end because Simon's got that loyal dog energy,
Yeah, he does.
There's no way that Mark has any plans of taking those two to the end.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And Brooke just is like, oh, there's other people playing this game. She's just doing her thing, Oh, I got an idol, and now I'm still here, and once they merge. I hope she ruins their challenge. The hopes of any immunity.
I just see that because if they can both bring one person, right, they then have the majority. 3 plus.
But
11 people, they need 6. So if each of them has one loyal person that they can bring with, they're holding 6. You know what? Knock out the 5, knock out the 3, and then fight.
But Mark is never going to trust them. And they're going to know that Mark's never going to trust them. And they're going to be afraid that Mark's going to sting them first. Because
trust Mark. He just put out his number 1.
And they're going to take Mark first. Because I'm going to guess that everybody is going to be like, yeah, Mark needs to go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He's just too scary.
I think they
what he was just able to do by cutting people that
So you think the first vote on merge is going to be an easy one, David?
That's what I think. Yes.
That's his pick.
So who is that? Who's the easy one? Laws?
Give me Roz, Blanche,
Roz.
Laws.
She's not playing.
I think that she ain't playing, David. I think that Laws might be the easy vote because I feel like there was already conversation where they said Laws is next. But I mean, literally that alliance was we're going to get rid of her first.
Yes, when you're doing tribes. But once you hit merge, why do you need to take her out?
I don't think she's going to be. Well, I mean, she might be good at individual immunity. That's the thing.
You could take out Cameron for sure. No one would care.
Yeah,
well, you want to kind of take out the little stragglers that you don't want the.
I mean, he could be in alliance,
also Brooke and Simon could decide to take Lottie out
That's what that's
and use Mark to do that.
do you see a world where it becomes Keely and Lottie?
I think they're pretty much the same. I think
they are very similar, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe they'd want to work together in theory, but they just can't trust each other because they're too similar.
They'll just be both dressed as Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
If the world was a meme, exactly.
Yeah.
If it was a meme. Well, guys, you know what we'd like to know? Here. We'd like to know what your thoughts are on this. Was Mark's plan to cut Faith a good idea or a bad idea? What does this look like going forward? Who do you think the first one booted for merges? You can go ahead and send us an email if you would like at tallythefeedback@yahoo.com. And you can go ahead and tell us what you think before next week's episodes drop. We will still read them in past tense. So, I mean, you put your money where your mouth is, but.
Well, those emails are time dated. So maybe they're making their prediction ahead of time. And then we read after. Maybe you get kudos for picking the right thing.
All right. And Kobe One, our dear friend, our dear landscaper and keeper of all things.
Landscaper extraordinaire and keeper of the whiskey.
Keeper of all things, traitorous. Says that
Kentucky bourbon.
Faith was there you go. Keely or Faith was the right move for him. They were going to move on him, and that weakens the one remaining. He has Rich, Simon, and Caleb. If Caleb is competent that day, fair.
That's a fair.
I think Keely may work with Jackson.
Okay, so Caleb, I can't figure out if he's actually loyal to Mark or not. Do you know what I mean?
He's loyal-ish. He's loyal adjacent.
I think that if he, so last week, one of the episodes last week, or maybe it was the first episode this week, there was this thing of where Jackson said about Caleb, I hate that guy. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Jackson said that because I had hoped once there was a
oh my God, that's
like
so
buddies.
Exciting. What an exciting thing to remind me about them merging is that Jackson and Caleb having to be at the same camp.
I feel like they'd be like, outside of this game, they might be like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Hey.
Cool.
You know?
You cool?
Like, you want to have a beer?
Let's
have a beer. All right, yeah. Like they would be like, hey.
You want to take a ride in my truck?
Like they would just be goofballs probably together. But in this game, like, I hate that guy.
I feel like their rivalry is literally just so much fun for them, and that's why it exists. I think it's like a kill the boredom thing.
Maybe they'll team up. Come on, you're stronger
fun.
Together.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm with you on the prediction that Mark's not long. And it's sad because I do like
he's going to
watching
be the first of the three to fall, the next of the three to fall.
Yeah,
I think so too. Sorry, David.
I do. I just think that he will.
Sometimes you just have the banner that's right for the moment.
Are you serious? You just made that just now. That
no, I had that, and I don't understand or remember why, but there it was, and I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
I take personal offense to that, David. Make that go away.
I've had that, but do you remember when I used it last?
No clue.
I don't know.
I have no clue. No clue.
Because I'm out of my damn mind.
Christy always feels like she's completely in her mind. I can't remember a time where she had lost it enough to get a ticker tape.
I probably said, I don't know.
I must have been channeling the Doctor on Star Trek. Christy, you're out of your damn mind.
It was probably something about Boston Rob or something.
Probably.
Well, guys,
Sparkle going and starts posting all over Facebook under fake aliases about how beautiful freaking Boston Rob was.
No, I mean, I'm. If I had something to say, if I saw it, I would probably say something. But and I think that I don't think Amber wins without him that season, so I think that's his win too. Sorry.
I kind of agree with that.
I think he positioned her and pushed her into the winner's seat, kind of. But
Amber, are you talking about Amber?
Amber?
100%.
Amber.
100%. She ain't got no bite in her no more. If she ever did.
She has way too many teenage girls living in the same house with her.
Oh my God. Rob probably has to go pee like in the backyard.
They have, are you kidding? They have more than 2 bathrooms. There's no way they don't. So,
I
He's
love
probably,
the
he's probably
videos.
at this point more comfortable just peeing in the backyard.
I love the little
Probably.
reels and things that he does with the kids, though. It's pretty great.
now,
Anyway,
y'all, we got a little off track with our Rob corner.
oh, sorry.
It happens because
That's David's
Christy's
fault.
out of her goddamn mind.
No, but David is the one that brought it up.
Why do I
Telling me
even have that?
online
I don't.
aliases. I
don't
don't
know.
know, but
Maybe somebody knows and they can write it and make up a reason. I don't care what it is. Make up a reason. Why did
Where'd that
Christy
come
lose her
from?
goddamn mind? All right. You know what? I think that you accidentally just created a whole new segment for our show.
Uh-oh.
Stay
Christy's out of her
tuned
damn
next
mind.
week. Stay tuned next week for why did Christy lose her goddamn mind?
I will be watching. You guys can, you know what? Maybe you guys can predict what next week will make me lose my goddamn mind.
What's gonna make her lose her goddamn mind? Okay, guys, if you enjoyed any of this coverage in our weird last 10 minutes, please hit like and subscribe. You can also listen to us anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast at the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada feed. We would like to thank the Patreons who contribute at a certain level, and they are Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to become a patron and get all of the extras, from Survivor with JJC, the Ramblecast, the broadcast, and tally the votes, then go to patreon.com/JNJack. You can also find us on the socials where we would love for you to come hang out and contribute your thoughts and memes and general mayhem.
Say
We will-
hi.
Yeah, do what you want. Just come over, do what you want. We will be here again next week to cover all things Australia. And if you are watching US Survivor, feel free to join myself, Colleen, and Jack after each new episode over on Jay and Jack. Christy, David, yes, even you, David. It's been great, but I got
Yes.
shit to do. I got so much shit to do. Can't wait to see both of you next week. as
I
we
got to
head
go
into
work on my
Merge.
rapping for next week.
Yes, please practice
right.
it. I do not need you busting out bars of freestyle.
I hear you.
We might be heading into Merge next week, and then the game's
well,
going to
for
blast
sure.
off.
They showed it in the previews. So
Yeah, so
Spoiler.
until then, elbows off the table, mind your manners, and have a good night.
Happy spring.